Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at my 4th graders' work boxes. I get a lot of questions about her curriculum and what order we do it in and that kind of thing. So if you are interested in that, then stick around. Let's go take a closer look. So most of you have seen our schoolroom, but just in case you haven't, this is pretty much what it looks like. There's a door right here and our birdies are right there. And then I have a bunch of teacher's manuals there. Manipulatives and stuff. All 4 of my kids sit around here, and then that's my teacher's desk over in the corner. Today we're going to take a look at Tinkerbell's drawers. She sits in this chair right here, so this little set of drawers is hers. So let's go see what she has in there. So these drawers are from IKEA. They're the Vika Alex drawers, I think they're called. They're around $80. So they're not super cheap, but they're actually quite durable and they've lasted for a while. We've had these for like maybe 3 or 4 years now. I can't remember when we got them, but I definitely suggest them as far as saving space because they're also holding up our desktop. So that is kind of a space saver for us, considering we don't necessarily have room around the outside of our edges for like traditional work boxes. So let's take a look and see what she has inside. So in her first drawer, she has this little drawer organizer, and I got this from the Container Store, and it is an expandable drawer organizer, so it actually changes sizes based on the size of your drawer, so that actually works out really well. And then she, of course, just has some supplies and that kind of thing in here, some fun stuff, fun erasers. We always get those because fun erasers make everything better. And then I also keep this assignment booklet in here for her, and I print one of these for each of my kids, and this is actually from our homeschool tracker software, and I kind of have manipulated how I put in the data into it a little bit to get this report out of it, but it basically just lists the time frame so she kind of knows about how much time she has, and then it also will list the thing. So Word of Life Conqueror week 5 lesson 2 or whatever, and then as she goes through she just crosses them all off and she knows that she's done for the day once all of this is done. The other thing she has in here are, this is the Word of Life Challenger Quiet Time Notebook, and she actually just keeps it open to whatever day she's working on next, so it's easier to pull out. So, and then she either uses my phone for Bible, or there's Bibles actually right behind her in these drawers back here. So that's her first drawer. It also looks like she has some colored pencils in there, and then a sticker of her and her daddy at a dance. So that is her first drawer. So this is her second drawer. This is her math drawer. And because I'm kind of lazy, I don't like to pull out our worksheets every day. We use Math-U-See. And so you'll notice that she's got worksheet A, B, C, D, and then her test. And that's because we do 4 days of school plus a test. And I actually just keep the workbooks right in here underneath there. And that way when I go to pull out her stuff on Friday for the next week, I just pull them all out and stick them there, and I'm not like hunting for these books. The other things that I have her do are these little free 5-minute math drills. This came from mathaids.com. And we just do these they're timed math drills, and just she gets graded on how many she gets right and how many she can get done in 5 minutes. And I just like to do that to just keep their math facts up to date. Math-U-See is actually really good about them memorizing their facts and that kind of thing, but that's just some extra practice. The other thing that's in her drawer is these daily word problems, and she actually just does 1 word problem a day. They're kind of fun questions, but they are actually more like critical thinking. And one thing I've found with Math-U-See is they're really good about like seriously mastering the various skills, but sometimes I find that they have a hard time knowing when to use that specific skill. So their newer versions actually have an application and enrichment worksheet that come in them. If you have an older version, you might not have that. But those are kind of more word problems and critical thinking as far as using the skills. Since we didn't have that, we had an older version. I had actually already bought these, and we just use them. It takes like just maybe 5 minutes. It's not even a big deal. So those are in there, and she'll do 1 of those per day. Her third drawer down here has her English and her vocabulary. So she is using the Orange Level Vocabulary Workshop, and she just keeps a little tab in here on which day she is on, and then that way she knows what to do next. And I go through, and every time she does one, I'll mark it or grade it or something so that I know that it's completed. And then I put that grade in our homeschool tracker. The other thing that's in here is her BJU English workbook, and I keep her workbook and her tests in there. And then when it's time, I actually do pull out 1 worksheet a day for this, just because they're not numbered like the Math-U-See ones as well, and so they can get kind of mixed up. So just at the end of the school day, I just go in and pull out the next worksheet. So it's like, you know, super minutes. super fast. It takes me probably just a couple minutes to refill these drawers at the end of the day. All right, we're moving down into the 4th drawer now, and this is her spelling drawer, and she's currently doing Spelling UC level C and then BJU spelling level 4. And I actually have just been mixing these two together for her because I kind of still like the list memorization, and they have like just one worksheet of different kind of activities that you do each day for BJU. So she just keeps a little marker in there as far as what day she's on, and she does the same thing here. So I'm not even pulling these worksheets out. She just turns to her marker, and then I mark whether she's done it or whatever. So that's super easy, so I don't even have to like refill this drawer. And then the final drawer, this one's kind of a messy like catch-all drawer because we only have 5, and so we kind of have to keep the extra things down here. But it has her reading, so you can see she's working on one of my Classic Starts units right now. This one hasn't actually released yet, but it will soon. And then she also has these Read and Think skill sheets. These are just 5-minute timed skill, like reading comprehension tests. So she reads the front, and then there's questions for her to answer on the back. And I like to do that just because it kind of prepares them for the annual test that they take, makes them not so scared to do it, and it makes it also just they're used to doing them, and so I feel like they perform a lot better on that. The other things that are in here are our Expedition Earth binder. So she's got that, and we're starting to work our way through, so she's already starting to accumulate some of her stuff in there. And we just keep this binder kind of together. Anything that's too big to go in here, we either decorate our schoolroom with or whatever. That's in there. And then she's also got, this is her writing, IEW writing binder. And so all of her stories and charts and all that kind of thing are in here. And then lastly, she's got our Middle Ages history binder in here. And so we're kind of just storing all of our stuff in this binder at this point. You can make a lap book out of it, and we haven't quite done that yet. But for now, we are just storing it in there. So she keeps all of these binders in here just because it's just kind of an easier thing for a spot for her to keep everything. Alright, so that's what we actually keep in her work drawers. There's actually kind of a few other things that she does that we don't actually keep in the work drawers for obvious reasons. For example, one of them is typing. She does do typing a couple times a week right now, and she just has that on her little cross-off chart, so she knows that she needs to do it, but it's not really something you could keep in the drawer. We also do history, which the workbook was in there, but we do that as a group, so we kind of just keep their binders in their drawer, and then when it's time to do that, they all just get them out, and then we sort of do that all together as a group. She also does, let's see, piano, which she can't really keep in her drawer either, but she knows it's on her assignment sheet, so whenever she comes across that, the piano's actually in the other room, and we just have an electronic keyboard, and she just goes and does that, and she times herself. They do 10 minutes of typing a day, and then 10 to 15 minutes of piano. Piano usually ends up being longer because she likes it, and she just kind of keeps playing until she's sort of done. And then the other thing that we do is she does a Keepers at Home group, which is a group of girls. It's kind of like a Christian Girl Scouts version. You can see it on my blog if you want to go take a look. We do lots of fun different activities, and there's about, I think, 8 or 10 girls in our group now, and all the moms come together with the girls, and we teach them a new skill every time we get together, and then they can earn a badge for it. So it's a really fun group. It's nothing stressful, so if you want to start up your own group, just gather some friends together with somewhat similar age girls. Our girls actually range from age 5 to 12, so, and they just kind of all do things at their own skill level, so that's a great like kind of extracurricular thing. We also do a once a month co-op, which we're going to be doing some of the DI instant challenges, and we haven't actually started that yet because it's kind of the beginning of the year, and we're still trying to figure out like what all we want to do and who's going to host it and that kind of thing, but there's only about 6 kids in that, so that's another fun thing. And then Tinkerbell also does swimming twice a week. She may or may not be playing inline hockey depending on our schedule, because my son is going to be doing ice hockey this year, and so it gets kind of crazy, and I can only be in one place at one time, so she does that. And I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it. So anyways, that's kind of what her workload looks like on a daily basis. I'll list a link to our curriculum and all that and down below, and you'll see it on my blog post as well, so you can kind of see specifically if you were interested in any of the things that you see in that video. And as always, if you have any questions about any of that, feel free, please email me and I'll do my best to help you out. Every homeschool is different, so you may not like the stuff that we use, but if you are interested, I'd be more than willing to share, what knowledge that I have on it. So I hope you enjoy these kinds of videos, because I'm going to do one for all of my kids. I thought it'd be more fun than a plain old blog post. So I hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you for the next one.